So I did something. So this is the Yaesu FT-60. A friend of mine at a local ham club lent this to me to kind of get my feet wet with handy talkies. And this is an FT-60 with a diamond antenna. And I liked working with this. I was trying to figure out what to get. Did a lot of research, looked at a bunch of YouTube videos, personally handled one of these, and I actually like it. So I finally went and did something. Ta-da! I went to the local store and got one myself. So this is going to be an unboxing. So I will put my friend's HT out of the way here, and I'll start with the little stuff. So I looked at all the accessories, and this is one of the more unique, important ones that I think. It's a battery case, but it's not the actual battery case. It's a battery case that holds AA batteries, because just in case something happens and I can't get to an outlet to actually charge the FT-60, there's always AA batteries you can scrounge around. So here it is. Take 6 of them, and that's how it looks. This is alkaline battery case FBA 25A. I think it's an actual different number, but anyway, this is the packaging it came in. All right, so there's the battery case. Going smaller to bigger. All right, so I was also asked, or it was suggested, that I get a speaker microphone. So this is the Yaesu SSM 17A. There are aftermarket ones, but most of the feedback was get whatever's original Yaesu. So here it is. Nothing else in the box. Okay. All right. All right. I'm not going to get all technical because I don't know it yet. So here's your connector. Goes into the side of the handy talkie. Here's the handy talkie right here. It's even got the number stamped right on there. Okay. The only thing I've heard weird about this is that this clip is not really long enough. I wouldn't know because I haven't even used one of these yet, but it just seems like it could be longer. I know it's a lapel mic, for the most part, but we'll see. I mean, I can always make do with what I've got, right? So, all right, so there's mic. All right, even though my friend got the diamond antenna, the guy at Ham Radio Outlet was real helpful. He said, all things said and done, in his opinion, the performance is the same. It just matters if you want a whippy antenna that flops around a lot, or if you want one that's a little thicker and it doesn't flop around as much, right? So I wanted to try the Comet. So this was also recommended in other videos. I mean, everybody, diamond, 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 and I get it. I get that, it's a high-end brand and everything, but, I kind of figure it kind of like Ford and Chevy. Maybe that's not a smart thing to think about when it comes to radio equipment. I don't know. I'm just, trying it out. I mean, if it was a piece of junk, I don't think HRO would be selling it. So here's the antenna, and it is pretty whippy. And you know, I don't mind. I just wanted something different, something that would work. So here, oh, let's by comparison. Okay. So much thinner. You said that doesn't have anything to do with the performance. This is just thicker and hardier, right? So, and this one's a lot more whippier. So it's a little different. And the bend point is a lot lower on the Comet than it is for the Diamond. This bend point is right about there. So if that makes a difference for whatever reason, okay, all right. But here's the antenna. Oh, and it also comes with, looks like a spacer washer. So I'm assuming it's there because take care of the gap, like you see here with the Diamond. So some people find it irritating. If it doesn't take away from performance, I really don't care. So, but if this is in fact what it is, a spacer, sure, I'll use it, you know. Don't want it hanging around. So if I can get the thing out of here. I just don't want to rip up the packaging, right? So and of course, half the videos of me trying to get the stuff out. Okay. Make sure there's nothing else in here. Nope, nothing else. Okay, this is the dual band high gain antenna. Okay, made in Japan, which is encouraging. And here are the details on it. And this is Comet SMA 24. So it's a $22 experiment. You can just see how it is. All right, let's put that off to the side. If there is a gap between the antenna and the transceiver, please use this rubber gasket to seal the connection. Okay, that's exactly what it is. All right. All right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Put this off to the side. Matter of fact, let me get this out of the way because I'm pretty sure I will need room. All right. Yaesu FT-60, highly regarded in many circles. It's analog only. I wanted analog because being new and not knowing anything about anything, I wanted to make sure that I learned analog and, I guess basically go old school. So that's kind of funny. It's actual size. Not really. Looks kind of, well, maybe, kind of. I think they stretched the picture a bit. This is the actual one. Okay. Of course, not important. Okay, the details on it. Well, it says Tokyo, Japan on it. Oh, made in Japan. USA made in Japan. So I've heard online about, oh, mine's made in China, mine's made in Japan. There's a big difference. So, I mean, that's the suspicion, I guess. It's still a Yaesu. But it just seems like because Yaesu is a Japanese company, if it's made in Japan, then you've got a quote-unquote really good one. So, looks like I got a made in Japan one, which is pretty cool. So I'm, in my own mind, I guess I'm satisfied. So I'd be satisfied anyway. It's a Yaesu, as long as it's not some ripoff. Owner's manual, pretty thick. I looked online, 80 pages long. So it's a lot of reading. They have more reading to do. So okay. Limited warranty. I'll be sure to take advantage of that. All right. Here's the contents of the box. Start with the little stuff. Obviously, the real battery pack. Okay, so I got a battery pack. I've got a charging cradle. Okay. All right. Desktop charger. Probably can't read that, sorry. And cordage. Okay. Obviously for the back of the cradle. What's this? Oh, okay. Adapter in case I'm in Europe. I'm going to assume Europe. Somewhere outside the US. So obviously this slides off. And without oh, there we go. I was gonna say, without looking at the directions, I'm probably really screwing this up. Only goes in one way. It's got dog ears at the top. So, looks like it goes in like so. There we go. If I'm in another country, here you go. All right, so I'll just put the proper one back on. Please, if I can get it back on. Ah, okay, got it. All right. Put that away. And now, oh, okay. So I'm getting used to the terminology. So this is the rubber ducky. And I've heard that this thing performs well anyway. There's a certain level of radio where the rubber ducky is basically a dummy load. But if you get higher up in value or model, the rubber duckies are better performing. So, you know, I'm certainly not going to toss this one out. So, I mean, why do that? This would be a good spare battery, or, you know, maybe I'll mess around with it to see the difference between this and the Comet. So, that's that. And let's see, nothing else in the box. The radio. All right, so let's go ahead and take this out of its packaging. Ooh, look at that. And it's got the, I forgot the term for it, but I'll just say a positive reaction battery clip. It basically, instead of what you normally see in anything really, you snap a battery in, it could probably pop out. I mean, it's rare, right? But this thing, when you pop the battery on, you clip it on, and it's, you know, it's a positive locking mechanism. That's pretty cool. And I've heard high marks for the belt clip because it's pretty long and pretty stiff, pretty substantial. And it has here what appears to be holes that fit 550 paracord. So, also looks like it's accessed so that you can unscrew the belt clip if you wish. So, two purposes: attach and detach the belt clip, and if you choose to keep it on here, you could lash a paracord in here for whatever reason. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the dock. Okay. Pretty sure that this is true. You know, this is the only way you can charge it. There is some California law I've heard. I didn't research it too much, but in here, oh, well, let me just go. Okay, so instead of, here's a charging cord for it. So there's a port over here where this used to be able to stick in, and I don't know the laws. Is something goofy happened in California where apparently Gray Davis screwed the pooch on something, and so now you can no longer use a wall outlet to plug in and charge your handy talkie. It's got to be in a cradle. It's like some time limit thing. So now this can only go back here like so, and you charge it. I mean, it's pretty standard, right? So it's all right. It just would be nice and convenient if you didn't have to lug this around, like if you were going somewhere away from home, that you can get this and plug it like in a hotel room or whatever. You can plug it in. So, but apparently you can't do that. So that's the story there. Okay, so the battery. Ooh, okay. All right, so there's your battery. Before I do anything, I'm going to read and see, you know, because I just don't want to put this on here, turn it on, and yeah, I've heard people talking about mapping the memory of the battery and blah blah blah. So I probably have to charge this fully first before I turn, you know, attach it and turn the radio on. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I'm also guessing that you can sit this in here and charge. Like if I had an extra battery, and you know, and this was my extra battery, I believe I can set it in the cradle like this and charge it as is. You know, handy talkie doesn't have to be attached to it. Makes sense. So that's pretty convenient. But then again, just in case, AA cradle, 6 AA batteries. So okay. Well, that's the unboxing. I'm not going to turn it on yet because I'm going to read the directions for once and see if I'm supposed to charge it or if I can just throw it on here and start turning it on. Last thing on this, I didn't realize it, but the case is aluminum, and which makes it really tough and durable and substantial. So this is a model that came out about 18 years ago. This is an old model, but there's something to be said about a radio that has not been taken out of the production lineup, that's still being made, and that is not digital. Says a lot about the quality and reputation of this radio. So I was happy with the sample with the loaner that I got from my friend. I was really happy with it. It was with the help of YouTube and actually reading part of the manual. It was easy to program frequencies in here. So, but that's it. If you're considering, you're not sure, and you're thinking analog, I highly recommend this one. I've got little use out of the loaner, but what I did get use out of was really good. So I did consider the FT-65 and the 4XR, both also Yaesu. It's like a step down from this one. They're like around $100 range, but I figure for a tank of gas and a cup of coffee more, I could get the $150 FTR 60. So that's what I decided. Take care, guys.